Okay, a lot of people have been doing this lately, putting their windshield wipers up like this and leaving them for days and days. And people have been asking, is this a good idea? The quick answer to this is no. It's not a good idea. You should never do this. I'm going to quickly demonstrate why you should never do this. It's basic science. So if you look in here right now, that spring right in there, you can see it's quite expanded because it's up. But as I pull it down, watch how that distance between the spring closes. So that spring is designed to hold your windshield wiper down on the windshield. When you do this to it, it expands the gap between the space in here, and it expands it, thus damaging the spring, making it weaker. Once that spring is weaker, your windshield wiper in the summertime will not stay on the windshield. As air travels up the windshield, as air moves up the windshield, it hits the wiper and lifts it off the window. So you'll see people pulled over on the side of the road in the summertime, and they'll be stopped because it's raining hard and the airflow over the windshield is lifting the wiper because the spring back here has been weakened because they did this all winter. So I'm going to demonstrate just quickly here with a pen spring. So here's a basic pen. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to take the spring that's in here. I'm going to take that little spring. I'm just going to demonstrate what happens. So as I expand the spring, the same as the spring on your wiper, I expand this. Do you notice it doesn't go back into shape? It stays in the wrong position. See, it just gets worse and worse. It doesn't do its job. So now the spring is destroyed. It won't fit in the pen anymore. That's exactly what you're doing when you do this. You're destroying the spring. And what you'll need to do after that, because you destroyed that spring, you're going to have to buy one of these devices right here. You're going to have to buy one of these. And these are devices that go on your arm, and they fit on your arm here, and they pull the wiper down on the windshield. They pull it down harder in the windshield. So I asked the question of people who do this, and it's pretty much a monkey see, monkey do. So one monkey saw them do it, and the rest of the monkeys are doing it. Not very bright, but that's what they're doing. It's a bad idea. Don't ever do it. So as an example, that wiper blade's sitting up in the air. I'm going to take a little bit of snow here and go grab a little bit of snow, and I'm just going to show you what happens here. So if snow falls, it lands like this on top of your wiper blade. So the snow is on top of the wiper blade. Notice the bottom part of the wiper blade has nothing on it. So people say, well, I just don't want it to freeze through the windshield is what they tell me. And they go, so I just like to have it so it's that way, that it won't be frozen there. They say, because if my wipers are left on, number one, don't leave your wipers turned on when you shut your car off. Then that won't happen. But if your wipers were turned on, you start the engine, the wiper moves when it's frozen to the windshield, and they say it tears my wiper blade. Number one, if your wiper blade tears, it was worn out, it was old, it was rotten. You had to replace it anyway. A new wiper blade will not tear when it's frozen in the windshield. It'll either hold the arm down and not move, or it will move and not tear. So you had to replace your wiper blade anyway if it tore. So that's a bad wiper blade, so it should be replaced. So that's not a good excuse. The other excuse is, well, when I scrape the windshield, it's easier. Yeah, well, you can pull it up, scrape your windshield, and put it down immediately. Then you're not damaging the spring. That's what they're designed for, not to leave up all the time. So you still have to scrape the windshield is the thing. So despite whether you put them up or put them down, you still have to scrape the windshield. Now, if I scrape my windshield here now, all I have to do is take the snow off the top part. But notice that wiper blade up in the air? If there was freezing rain now, that would be coated 360 degrees with ice. This wiper only has it on the top side, so I only have to clear one side of my wiper blade. So it makes more sense to leave it on the window than to put it in the air and have it completely coated with ice. So that was the other reason that they said, well, I'll put it up there for that. So you still have to scrape your windshield. It doesn't save you that. It doesn't save your wiper blade from tearing, because if it tears, it's a rotten wiper blade anyway. It should be replaced. And you get 360 degrees of ice around the blade in the air, and you only get half the ice on the one that's on the windshield. There is no logical reason whatsoever to put your wipers up in the air like this and leave them up there. It is a very bad thing to do. Don't do it. You're damaging it just like the pen spring. You're making it expand to a point that it cannot be repaired. And that's exactly what you're doing with the wiper blade spring by lifting it and leaving it up. So, my advice from a safety standpoint is do not do that to your spring. That spring is there for a reason. It's to hold the wiper on your windshield. You stretch it like that, it will not stay on your windshield. Do not do it. It's dumb. It's a monkey see, monkey do. Whoever told you to do it has no logic, has no mechanical inclination, has no physics background, nothing. You should not listen to them. So, this is a very bad idea. That is the way they're designed to be. That is the way they're supposed to be all of the time. And your wiper blades, if they tear, then it's time to replace them. And the easy way not to tear them is just to, when you shut your car off, or your truck in this case, make sure the wiper blades are turned off, and then they won't come on when you turn the ignition on. Very simple stuff. Don't do it anymore. Anyone tells you to do it, they're not that bright, and even though some of them are university professors, they are not that bright. They don't understand the physics or the mechanical design of those wiper arms, and just don't do it. It's dumb. You're going to cause an accident in the summer because your wipers aren't going to be on the windshield. Do not do it. Bad, bad, bad.